Gopala, Yasodanandana Gopala, 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 Yasodanandana Gopala. Gola Gopala, Gopala, Yasodanandana Gopala. Gopala, Gopala, Yasodanandana Gopala. Gopala, Gopala, Yasodanandana Gopala. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey bola, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Ki Jai. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. Bolo Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan. Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan. Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan. Keshigat Bamsivata Dvata Sakanan. Keshigat Bamsivata Dvata Sakanan. Jaha Sabha Lila Koilo Shinanda Nandan. Bolo Jaha Sabha Lila Koilo Shinanda Nandan. Shinanda Yasoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan. Shinanda Yasoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan. Shri Damadi Jaya Jaya Denu Vatsagan. Shri Damati Jaya Jaya Dena Vatsagan. Shri Damati Jaya Jaya Dena Vatsagan. Shri Damati Jaya Jaya Denu Vatsagan. Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kitida Sundari. Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kitida Sundari. Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhiranagari. Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhiranagari. Jaya Jaya Gopishwara Vrindavanamad. Jaya Jaya Gopishwara Vrindavanamad. Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhatu Dvijaraj. Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhatu Dvijaraj. Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhatu Dvijaraj. Bolo Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhatu Dvijaraj. Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Jaya Rohini Nandan Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rohini Nandan Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Basi Jata Jan Jaya Jaya Vrindavan Basi Jata Jan Jaya Jaya Vrindavan Basi Jata Jan Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Naga Kanyagan Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Jaya Naga Kanyagan Bhakti Teja Hara Pailo Govinda Charan Bolo Govinda Charan Govinda Charan Hey Bolo Govinda Charan Govinda Charan Govinda Charan Govinda Charan Bolo Govinda Charan Govinda Charan Shirasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Sham Shirasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Sham Shirasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Sham Jaya Jaya Rasa Lila Sarva Manoram Jaya Jaya Rasa Lila Sarva Manoram Jaya Jaya Rasa Lila Rasa Samaram Jaya Jaya Rasa Lila Sarva Manoram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Jwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sa Parakiya Bhaveja Brajate Prajar Brajate Prajar Brajate Prajar Parakiya Bhaveja Brajate Prajar Shijanava Pada Padma Kori Saman Shijanava Pada Padma Kori Asmaran Dina Krishna Dasa Kohe Nama Sankirtan Sankirtan Nama Nama Sankirtan, Nama Sankirtan, Nama Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Nama Sankirtan, Nama Sankirtan. Bolo Nama Sankirtan, Nama Sankirtan. Bolo Nama Sankirtan, Nama Sankirtan. Bolo Nama Sankirtan, Bolo Nama Sankirtan. Bolo Nama Sankirtan, Bolo Nama Sankirtan, Bolo Nama Sankirtan. Bolo Nama Sankirtan, Bolo Nama Sankirtan. Bolo Nama Sankirtan, Bolo Nama Sankirtan. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol. Bolo Hari Bol, Bolo Hari Bol. Bolo Bolo Hari Bol, Bolo Hari Bol. Bol Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol. Bol Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol. Keep going. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. bolo Hari bol, bol Hari bol. Bol Hari bol, bol Hari bol, bol Hari bol, bol Hari bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Gaura Nityananda bol, Gaura Nityananda bol. Gaura Shri Advaita bol, Gaura Shri Advaita bol. Gaura Shri Gadadhar bol, Gaura Shri Gadadhar bol. Gaura Shri Gaura Bhakta Vinda bol, Gaura Bhakta Vinda bol. Gaura Bhakta Vinda bol, Gaura Bhakta Vinda bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Hey bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama H Gaura Premanandi Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paskatya Desatarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Grantha Raj Ki Jai. Bolo Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. The text. Today's subject is the misleaders and the misled. Which one are you? Misled. Me too. The misleaders and the misled, or the cheaters and the cheated. So, in this world, unfortunately, there are people who make fake news, and there are people who believe the fake news. And we have to decide whether we want to be party to either part, the fake news or believing fake news, or the misleaders and the misled, or the cheaters and the cheated. Begin the text. Can you make it bigger so people can read? So living entities in this world are suffering due to forgetfulness of Krishna and acceptance of misconceptions of life. What are those misconceptions of life? For example, everything began with a big bang. If I take a stick of dynamite and put it in your kitchen and make a big bang, will it create something? Or will it destroy something? Yeah. So this Big Bang theory is a big bum theory. It's worthless. And then we all come from monkeys. If anybody has a monkey in their ancestry, please raise your hands right now. I don't either, so that's another junk theory. And then the goal of life is to dominate nature and people to become wealthy and enjoy life. This is called the Bezos phenomenon. Is that the goal of life? To dominate people and things and become wealthy and then enjoy it or victimize it, basically. So these are all junk theories, but unfortunately your children are being taught these junk theories in the schools. The Big Bang, we all come from monkeys, and the purpose of life is to dominate, exploit, and enjoy. So these mediocre ideas, can you make it bigger so people can read? Yeah. These mediocre ideas in the mind limit one's intellectual potential and keep us imprisoned in a very restricted time-space module. What does that mean, a time-space module? Well, we live in restricted spaces. How big is your bedroom, Prabhu?
Maybe 100 square feet.
100 square feet. How big is your car?
Even smaller than.
Much smaller. How big is your office?
Much smaller than my house.
How big is your bathroom?
Much smaller.
How big is your kitchen?
Maybe bedroom.
Yeah, you see, these are all very limited spaces. We spend most of our time in these spaces, right? So our concept of space is very limited. And time, everybody's always in a hurry. Going here, bzz, 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 here, there, bzz, 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 you see? So our time-space module, the module means the way we organize our life, right, is very limited. And it's limited even more by the mediocre concepts that we're fed in schools, in the papers, in politics, and so forth. So that we're very restricted, and it restricts our potential in life, and it restricts our intellectual development. These mediocre ideas in the mind limit one's intellectual potential and keep us imprisoned in a very restricted time-space module. It is virtually impossible for the conditioned living entity to comprehend the fourth dimension of unlimited existence. The spiritual world, the material world, is three-dimensional: length, width, and height, and they're limited. The spiritual world is 4 dimensions, because there's length, width, and height, but they're extended infinitely. So therefore Hanuman, he can go up to the Himalayas, lift a mountain, and bring it back to Lanka. That's the 4th dimension. Vamana Dev, he can stretch his little foot. He's actually a dwarf, no bigger than this. He can stretch his foot past the universe. That's the 4th dimension, you see. And then Krishna, he can lift Govardhan Parvat with his finger. That's the 4th dimension. There's no limits in the 4th dimension. But we're part of that 4th dimension. We have all come from the spiritual world. But because of mediocre ideas, because of a very limited time-space module, our potential is being frustrated. That's why there's so much frustration in this world. Our soul is coming from the spiritual world, therefore our soul has infinite desires. But we can't satisfy them because we're living in this time-space module called the body, which is very limited. However, the Bhagavad Gita teaches us to attain that 4th dimension, even in this life. This is why Bhagavad Gita is such an important book. This one book can liberate you from all these self-imposed limitations. Self-imposed by junk science, junk philosophy, and just plain old fake news and lies. We come from monkeys. There's a big bang. Goal of life is to exploit and become rich and enjoy selfishly. These are all junk ideas. It has nothing to do with our soul, nothing to do with spiritual reality. Without help from spiritually elevated teachers, the floundering soul remains attached to temporary objects of the senses and thus is confined by the shackles of temporary sense enjoyment. He or she wastes precious time building sand castles on the beach that are destined to be washed away with the high tide of relentless time, erasing all remnants of his hard labors. Once you die, everything's forgotten. It might last a few years and it's forgotten. It becomes ashes and dust. Therefore, we should not work to have any permanent situation in this world. We should work to have a permanent situation in the spiritual world where we actually belong. We don't belong in this world. We are like fish out of water in this world. We're never comfortable here. There's always some pain. There's always some tragedy. There's always some difficulty, whether it's mental or physical, political, military, economic, social, etc. That should be a message to us. Suffering is a message given to us by God. Just like if your child misbehaves, you cause the child some suffering, not to hurt it, but to remediate its bad behavior, his or her bad behavior. So when we have suffering, we should take it as a direct message from God. We have made some mistakes. And Krishna is giving us a message. you must find out what these mistakes are, because you're committing them unconsciously. You're committing them due to mediocre ideas, thinking it's the right thing to do, but it's actually the wrong thing. In Kali Yuga, this age, what is truth is considered a lie, and what is a lie is considered truth. That's the tragedy of this age. Kali Yuga is the age of hypocrisy and quarrel. People are lying and they're quarreling with each other that they're not lying. That's the nature of this age. If you go to the Lok Sabha, or you go to the United States Senate or House of Representatives, you'll say they're all lying and they're all arguing that they're not lying. See? So, without realization of transcendental life, one is doomed to repeated birth and death in an endless cycle of suffering. Transcendental life is beyond the reach of the pious lifestyle and mundane morality for sustainable material well-being. Selfish priests and their followers follow religious formulas and rituals for material advancement through blessings, worldly knowledge, mystical powers, and temporary elevation to heavenly material planets for enhanced sense gratification. These so-called benefits of pious life are not the purpose of spiritual enlightenment. Lord Krishna instructs his dear disciple Arjuna, Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipaschitaha vedavada rata parta nanyat astiti vadina karmatmana swargapara janma karma phala pradam kriya vishesa bahulam bogaisvarya gatim prapti. This is beautiful Sanskrit. This is Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 42nd and 43rd verse. And it says, men and women of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. In other words, if you go to a priest or a Brahmin and you ask him to do puja for your material benefit, not only is he cheating you, you are cheating yourself, because you're guaranteeing that you're going to have to take birth again in this world, because you have to take birth to get the result, whether it's good or bad. Pious activity is not actually really based on love of God. It's a selfish thing. Selfish because the goal is not to please Krishna, the goal is to please oneself. When the priest says to you, Ayur Arogya Aishwarya, what is that exactly? Ayur means long life. Arogya means health. Aishwarya means wealth. These are all material things. They're not spiritual. Long life is nothing compared to eternal life. A spiritual body that's not subject to birth, death, and old age and disease is not comparable to health. And the wealth of love of God that confers upon us eternal life in the spiritual world is not comparable to any material wealth. So we are cheating ourselves, and we go to a person who we pay to cheat us. This is Ayur Arogya Aishwarya. This is pious activity for material benefit. Therefore, the real Asirbad is not Ayur Arogya Aishwarya. The real Asirbad is, may you never forget Krishna. Krishna astu matir. Why? Because Krishna says, Antakali chamam eva smaran mukva kalevaram sapayati samad bhakta nati asti yatra samsayaha. One who remembers me at the moment of death comes back to me. Just like Ajamil, he said the name of Narayana, even though he didn't mean Narayana. But because he said the name of Narayana, and the name of Narayana and Narayana are non-different, he was liberated of all his sins, and he committed more sins than any of us, than all of us together, put together right now. Right? But that's how powerful the name of God is. Therefore, Narayana, Narayana. You see? Actually, when Valmiki Muni, who was a hunter in the Satya Yuga, met Narada Muni, Narada Muni said, "What are you doing? You're going to have a horrible life, killing animals and eating them." He said, "What do you mean? This is all I know. All my ancestors have done this." Right? He said, "That doesn't mean anything. If they have all done something wrong, and you're doing the same thing wrong, what benefit is it?" He said, "You must stop immediately." He said, "Well, if I stop, how am I going to earn my living?" He said, "Krishna will take care of you." Well, he said, "Okay, but what should I do?" He said, "You must chant the name of Rama." So Valmiki said, "Okay." He couldn't say the name of Rama. And Narada Muni was shocked. He said, "You have committed so much sin. You've eaten so much garlic. You've eaten so many onions. You've eaten so much meat, pyaz, lasan, and you have eaten so much murgi, you can't even say the name of Rama." "Okay," he said, "then can you say Mara?" He said, "Mara? Every day I say Mara. I'm a killer. I kill every day. I can say Mara." He said, "Okay, then you repeat Mara, Mara. That's your mantra." So he began to repeat. Mara, 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 Mara. He started off Mara, ended up Rama. Just like if you start off saying God, but you begin to drink wine, gamble, philander, and eat meat, then it turns around, it becomes dog. You see? So, but this was the opposite way. He began Mara Mara, it became Rama Rama. He became Valmiki Muni, Lord Ramachandra's biographer. The person who took care of Sita Devi when she was pregnant, and who protected her when she had her two sons, Lava and Kush, who taught the two sons the Ramayana. Right? Look at the tremendous transformation of Valmiki from a hunter, a low-class meat-eater and killer, to first-class bhakta. He was Adama and he became Uttama. That is the power of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. But if you want to be cheated, and there are, I would say, over 90%, maybe 95% of all the priests, all the Brahmins, are cheaters today. They are encouraging people to come, give a donation, and receive an asirbat of material blessings. Now, it's not only in Hinduism. They do the same thing in Islam. They do the same thing in Christianity. They do the same thing in Buddhism. They're in the asirbat business. They are banyas who are making money by giving material blessings. A material blessing is a curse because you'll have to take birth again, whether it's good or bad, to receive the blessing. But the real blessing is Harinama Sankirtan, because by engaging in the holy name, chanting the holy names of the Lord, you're liberated once and for all from birth, death, old age, and disease, and you become happy. There are 6 things that happen to us when we chant Hare Krishna. Number 1, our miseries go away. Number 2, auspiciousness begins in our life. Kalyan begins in our life. Number 3, we become happy. Number 4, we realize how fortunate we are. Number 5, we understand that there's no other way to attract Krishna. And number 6, we don't care about mukti anymore. Mukti is nothing compared to chanting Hare Krishna and living a Krishna conscious life. Why? I'll give you one example. Look at Narada Muni. Narada Muni, he had a single parent home. In other words, he didn't even have a home. His mother was very poor. She was a maidservant. She would wash clothes, she would cook, she would clean. And she was too poor to send Narada Muni to school. So he was with his mom. So when he was 5 years old, during Chaturmasya somewhere in South India, his mom was serving 4 sadhus. During that time, the boy would sit down and just listen to the sadhus' pravachan. They would be talking about Krishna and Ram and Sita and so forth. And he would just listen. He was fascinated. He didn't understand much, but he would listen. And then when his mother would bring them food, he would wash the dishes afterwards. And he saw that they would always leave some food, so he asked permission of the sadhus, "Can I eat your leftovers?" They said yes. And he ate that prasad. See, when you offer the food to Krishna with sincere prayers and Krishna accepts, it becomes Mahaprasad. Then Krishna offers it back to us. If you serve that to a genuine sadhu, and he leaves some prasadam, that becomes Mahaprasad. It's more than simply Mahaprasadam. It becomes Mahaprasad. If the sadhu offers that to you and you eat it, it is one of the greatest blessings you could ever have. Now let's see what that blessing is. This little 5-year-old boy who never went to school, never had any education, he ate some of that prasad, and it gave him the taste to hear the sadhus more and to serve them more. And the more he ate, the more he served, the more blessings the sadhus gave him. Krishna astu matir. You little boy, may you always remember Krishna in your whole life. So, Narada Muni in his next life became the greatest saint in the whole universe. Narada Muni does not need a Boeing 777 or a Boeing 787 or a SpaceX rocket. He can go anywhere in the universe, and he can even go to the spiritual world at his own will. He flies through the air. Now, why is that? Because he's become sinless. When you become sinless, you become very light and jolly. You see genuine sadhus, they're always jolly. They're always telling nice stories that are uplifting, and they can do miraculous things. No one is comparable to Narada Muni. Now here's a boy, never went to school. His mother was very poor, but he had an interest in hearing genuine sadhus speak, and he served those saints, and he received the Mahaprasad. He became Narada Muni, the greatest saint in the history of the universe. This is the power of the holy name. This is the power of Krishna Prasad. And this is the power of saints, genuine saints. So, therefore, transcendental life is beyond the reach of the pious lifestyle and mundane morality for sustainable material well-being. Selfish priests and their followers follow religious formulas and rituals for material advancement through blessings, worldly knowledge, mystical powers, and temporary elevation to heavenly material planets for enhanced sense gratification. These so-called benefits of pious life are not the purpose of spiritual enlightenment. Okay, next. People, in general, are not very intelligent, and due to their ignorance, they are most attached to the fruitive or materialistic activities recommended in the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas. They do not want anything more than sense-gratificatory proposals for enjoying life in heaven, where wine and women are available and material opulence is very common. Now, I was listening to a lecture by a Muslim imam on YouTube, and he was explaining how when Muslims die, they go to Jannat, and they have 70 virgins. So one lady asked a question. She said, Imamji, she said, what about us ladies? What do we get if we go to Jannat? He said, well, he said, there's no information in the Quran about that. And she felt all the women felt very discouraged. You know, do they get 70 virgin men? No. You say. So this is nonsense. This is complete nonsense. But the same nonsense is there's Hinduism also. The Vedas talk about the Nandakanana. These are forests in the heavenly planets that are with beautiful rivers of somarasa and beautiful women and beautiful men, and they're enjoying, like the Gandharvas and the Apsaris. And that same thing as the Muslims. So what difference is there between Islam and Hinduism? You see. Therefore, Krishna tells Arjuna, Bhogaisvarya prasaktanam tayaparata chetasam vyavasatmika buddhir ekaha kurananda samadana vidyate. He says, in the minds of those persons who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for a devotional service, for a bhakti to the Supreme Lord does not take place. So people who are too attached to material opulence and to sense gratification, they become bewildered and they lose cognizance of what is the real goal of life. They think the real goal of life is to eat, sleep, and be merry. That's not the goal of life. The goal of life is, yes, to eat prasadam. The goal of life is limit your sleeping so you have more time for living. And you can do that by living the devotee lifestyle. Early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. The staying up late at night is the worst thing you can do. Staying up past 10 o'clock at night is wasting your life's energy. When you take rest before 10 o'clock at night, you're rejuvenated by maximum 6 hours of sleep. In fact, you can diminish it even less if you follow strictly. Srila Prabhupada himself hardly slept 2 or 3 hours a night. That's why he was able to write 180 books. He was able to travel around the world when he was 70 years old to 81. 14 times he was able to open 108 temples, initiate 5,000 devotees, distribute millions of books during his period on the earth. That was only 11 years. He started this whole movement from zero to that. And then after that, now billions of books, hundreds and millions of books have gone out. There are 600, 700, 800 temples in the world, like this one. So you see, when we learn to regulate ourselves according to spiritual principles, we become energized with spiritual potency. And we can do wonderful things for ourselves, for our family, for friends, and for society. So, there are unqualified teachers or gurus, false gurus. They misdirect their disciples by instructing a false interpretation of the Vedas for their own personal success and enrichment. Often they are touted as enlightened beings. Their disciples glorify them as incarnations of God. Such false prophets and impostor gods, along with their materialistic disciples, are condemned to suffer birth after birth. This is explained also in the Ishopanishad. Andam tamaha pavisyanti ye sambhutim apasyate tato bhuya it says that those persons who are attached to sense gratification in the Vedic, let's say, those parts of the Vedas that recommend sense gratification, and who teach false philosophies, such as all is one, etc., they go to the darkest region of ignorance in the universe. Andam tamaha pravisante ye sambhutim apasate tato bhuyavate tamo yayu vidya yayu sambhutam rataha. So, therefore, Brahma, the secondary creator in the material world after Lord Krishna, states that transcendental life and factual understanding of Lord Krishna is not attainable by academic study of the Vedas. He says, Vedesu durlabham. Krishna is inaccessible through the Vedas. The Vedas originate in sound, which expands the mundane ether or material space. For this reason, the Vedas cannot give direct view of the transcendental world, that is Goloka Vrindavana, which is free of all material influence. Lord Krishna also instructs Arjuna to rise above the Vedas, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjana Te Nirvandvo Nityasattvasto Niryoga Shema Atmavan. Krishna says to Arjuna, the Vedas deal mainly with the subject of the three modes of material nature, sattva, rajas, and tamas. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. So, however, when the Vedas become enhanced with spiritual potency by hearing them recited by pure devotees or bona fide spiritual masters who train their disciples in regulated devotional service to Lord Krishna, then you can begin to understand the spiritual world. If you simply study it in an academic way, you will not understand anything. But if you hear it from genuine sadhus, genuine devotees who practice spiritual life strictly, then you will be able to get a vision of the spiritual world. How is that possible? Krishna says, Tesam satati yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. That the Lord reveals true understanding to that devotee who serves him with love and devotion and is always thinking of him. Therefore, Krishna gives that devotee revealed knowledge. It's not academic. It's revealed through the heart. Just like Krishna revealed in the heart of Brahma how to create the material world. Krishna created the elements and time factor and the modes of material nature, and then he explained to Brahma how to expand it. You see? And he revealed it to him. Brahma did not study any books. He simply heard from Krishna. In the same way, Vedic knowledge is shruti. It's something that's heard. And if you learn to listen carefully, you can learn and memorize wonderfully. You can become shrutidar. Shrutidar is someone who hears something once and remembers it the rest of their life. If we give up meat eating, gambling, illicit activities outside of marriage, intoxication, and we take up chanting Hare Krishna and eating only Mahaprasad and serving Krishna and associating with devotees, and of course hearing Bhagavad Gita, then we can become Shrutidar. Our memory becomes tremendously enhanced by that clean lifestyle, and we will be able to serve with enthusiasm Krishna, Radha and Krishna. At that time, Krishna reveals everything to us. This is what happened to Dhruva Maharaj. He was just a little boy. He went into the forest. His guru, Narada Muni, told him, if you want to see Narayana, you have to go to the forest and you do severe yoga. And he taught him how to chant the mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And for 6 months, the boy did tapasya. After 6 months, Narayana appeared before him, touched him on the head with his conch shell, and immediately Dhruva Maharaj began to speak beautiful Sanskrit prayers. How did he know? He was only 5 years old. He had not really gone to school to study Sanskrit. But he was blessed by the Lord. This blessing of the Lord is the real benediction, the real asirbad that we should strive for. And that's something earned. It's not cheap. It requires first of all, having a bona fide guru. Secondly, following sincerely and there are two types of gurus, the instructing guru and the initiating guru, Shiksha and Diksha guru. Following their instructions sincerely, then you'll be blessed by Krishna. Okay, so this is a little bit difficult to listen to. It's a different paradigm than what we're used to. We're talking about how pious life is not good enough for self-realization. There's a higher, let's say, higher criterion, and that is pure bhakti. Pure bhakti or pure devotion is free of any material desire. Pure bhakti is free of any speculation. Pure bhakti is only done for the pleasure of the Lord, not for any personal motive. And pure bhakti is unending. There's no vacation, no Disneyland, no casino, no Bollywood movies. So, this type of life makes you a wonderful person, the type of person you want to be. And it gives you the opportunity to go back to Godhead. And that's where we belong. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If there are any questions, you can ask them now. There has to be one question. Yes, Prabhu.
So this is regarding the evolution. Evolution is even in our Bhagavad, in our Srimad Bhagavatam, we see, the thing is Lord Bar came as a fish first and then as a pig. And if you look at it, then man, animal and man, and then he becomes dwarf, and then man. That's only we are seeing it. It is basically the evolution that is a real fact. That's what we see in our Bhagavatam.
Okay, now this is what you call a very clever speculation. Speculation means he doesn't really know what he's talking about, but it sounds good, right? It sounds very good, but it's actually wrong. No, Krishna, his original form is Sham Sundar. This form that you see here is holding a flute eternally in the spiritual world. Progressions, like you explained, happen in the material world because there's linear time. There's past, present, and future. In the spiritual world, there's eternal present. Your soul is capable of living in the eternal present. Your body isn't. Your body is subject to linear time. So therefore, all these theories like Darwinism and gradual evolution and so forth, those are all things in the material world. They're not in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, there is the competition between measurement and increment. In other words, as soon as you try and measure something in the spiritual world, it increases. So then you have to increase the measurement, then it increases again. There's the eternal expansion in the spiritual world. It's something that we can't understand because here there's no eternal expansion. Our soul can expand. Like, for example, have you ever heard the story Alice in Wonderland? Oh, okay. You have? Okay. So when Alice goes into Wonderland, what happens? What does she see? She sees things that are expanding infinitely, see? Now, how did the writer of Alice in Wonderland imagine that? Because the soul is part of that, the fourth dimension where everything expands. So he used his imagination. It's something, you cannot imagine something unless you've actually experienced it or unless it actually exists somewhere. So this constant expansion of love, of happiness, of life, that's experienced in the spiritual world. So Krishna's eternal body, as Sham Sundar, is the original form from which everything else comes. The fish, the tortoise, you forgot the tortoise, the boar, it's not a pig, it's a boar. Yeah. And Vamana, the dwarf, and all these, they're all coming from Krishna's body. Ete chamsa kalakpumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indriyari Vyukulam Mridayanti Yuge. All incarnations are coming originally from Krishna. It's the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter. Sukadeva Goswami says this, and he's top authority. Okay? So, we need to sit down carefully, ask questions like this that you're asking, and hear carefully the answers. There is an origin of everything. The original person is Krishna. And this is his form. It's called Tribhanga. The threefold, he's holding the flute like this. So there's one bend here. Then there's another bend on his hip, and there's another bend on his feet. It's called Tribhanga. It's extremely enchanting. And when he plays his flute, everything becomes spiritually infused. So we should be enamored. We should be enchanted by this beautiful form of Krishna. Everything comes from that. That's what you should meditate on. This is what Arjuna was meditating on. Krishna was standing right in front of him on the chariot. And this is what Bhagavatam, when it says Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, that Vasudevaya is the son of Vasudeva. Well, who is that? It's not Lord Shiva, it's not Ganesha, it's not Durga Mata, it's Krishna. And Vyasadeva said, this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we'll stop right there. Thank you very much. And I'll make some quick announcements here. Our sponsors tonight are Kavita and Rahul and Riti on their newborn child, Sanjay Soni, Kritika Mani, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, and Anish on Anish's birthday. Next week, next Saturday, is our Holy Festival in Marymore Park, March 24th, Saturday from 12 noon to 5 o'clock. And also, and we have a program in Seattle every Saturday night in the Sodo district. And it begins at 6 o'clock, goes to 9 o'clock. We have a handout, you can get it. And next Sunday is Ram Nomi, a wonderful festival. We will have kirtans and katha all day long, starting 10 o'clock in the morning until the Sunday feast. Okay, now we have purchased a new farm in Black Diamond, or near Auburn. It's about 45 minutes from here. It's a very, very nice place, beautiful land, and it's in the very fertile Green Valley, Green River Valley, where there's no development there. It always will be farmland. There are 3 houses, 2 barns, and all fenced and cross-fenced fields, 10 acres. And we need to put a down payment on it, and then after that we'll be able to pay the mortgage. If we put a $200,000 down payment, the total cost is $800,000, and we'll get a mortgage for $600,000, and it's approximately $4,000 a month. We'll be able to pay that easily. So far, we've received the following donations. By the way, every Sunday at 1 o'clock, we go and visit the farm. We leave from here. If you want to see it, and it's a beautiful place. We will have festivals there. We'll have retreats there. We'll have overnight stays there. We'll have a wellness center. We'll have a temple there, and we'll have our cows and our vegetables, everything. So far, we received the following donations. $10,000 from myself. And $10,000 from Ananda Ram Prabhu, who's on our computer there. $9,000 from an anonymous donor. $10,000 from another anonymous donor. $5,000 from Bharti and Manoj Raheja. $5,000 from Gauranga Chandra Das. $5,000 from Damodar Prasad Prabhu. And $20,000 from Srinivas Kasam. 40, 50, 60. So it's approximately $70,000. So we need another $130,000. Think about this. This place is going to be, by the way, this place is only 15 minutes from Kent, 20 minutes from Covington, a half an hour from Renton, half an hour from Federal Way, a little more than a half an hour from Tacoma, 15 minutes from Enumclaw, 15 minutes from Enumclaw, about a half an hour from Puyallup, 15 minutes from Covington, I forgot to say that. So there's a whole new area that we're going to be preaching in, and we'll have our farm. So it's going to be a wonderful place, and we're going to have festivals there, and a lot of wonderful things, camps for kids and so forth. So if you would like to help us, you can come and see myself or Namavrata Prabhu and make a pledge. Also, we want to, there's a dance program tonight, right after the Aarti. So we'll begin the Aarti right now. Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe 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 Govinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe 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 Govinda. Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe 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 Govinda. Hey, bolo Radhe 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 Govinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe 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 Govinda. Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda. Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Come on. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda. Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda. Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Haribol, 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 Nita Gora, Haribol, 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 Nita Gora, Nita Gora, Haribol, Haribol, Gora, Haribol, Nita Gora, Haribol, Nita Gora, Haribol, 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 Nita Gora, Haribol. Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Aroti Ke Shobha. Jada Vita Tavane Jagamana Lobaja. Kibadaki Nitaya Chan Anengadadara. Ekate Advaita Shini Vasajatadara. Ekate Advaita Shini Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Shobha. Dadavane Jagamana Loba Kibaboshi Nachingora Cha Rata Singa Sane Aroti Korena Brahma Adi Deva Gane Aroti Jayo Jaya Gora Chante Arati Ke Soha Jayo Bala Jana Vidadavane Shagamana Loba Jana Vidadavane Shagamana Loba Kibash Nada Hari Adhikari Chamaradu Laya Nada Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Dosadigaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Dosadigaya Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba Chana Vidadavane Shagamana Loba Kiba Shankar Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Kara Tala Madhurami Tanga Bhaje Padamara Sala Madhurami Tanga Bhaje Shanka Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Follow Madhur 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 Bhaje Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Nitai Gora Haribol, Haribol, Gora Haribol, Nitai Gora Haribol, Nitai Gora Haribol, 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 Nitai Gora Haribol, Nitai Gora Haribol, Haribol, Gora Haribol, Nitai Gora Haribol, Nitai Gora Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Nitai Gaura Premanandi ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bahu Koti Chandra Chini Vajana Udvara. Bahu Koti Chandra Chini Udvara. Kala Dese Varna Mala Kore Jala Mala, Kala Dese Varna Mala Kore Chayo Jaya Gola Shamde Arati Ke Soba. Hey bolo jana vitata bane jagamana loba jana vitata bane jagamana loba hiba shiva sukanarada preme gada gada. Bhakti Vinoda Dekhe Gorara Sampada. Bhakti Vinoda Dekhe Gorara Sampada. Chayo Daya Gora Shamde Arati Ke Soba. Bane Jagamana Loba Gorangera Rotik Soba Jagajana Mana Loba Gorangera Rotik Soba Jagajana Mana Loba Jaga Jana Mana Loba Jaga Jana Mana Loba Jaga Jana Mana Loba Jaga Jana Mana Loba Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hey Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hari Bo Gora Hari Bo Nitai Gora Hari Bo Nitai Gora Hari Bo Gora Hari Bo Nitai Gora Hari Bo Nitai Gora Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Come on. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hey, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe Bol, Radhe Radhe Bolo, Krishna Krishna Bolo, Radhe Radhe Bolo, Krishna Krishna Bolo, Radhe Radhe Bolo, Krishna Krishna Bolo. Hey Bolo, Radhe Radhe Bolo, Krishna Krishna Bolo. Hey Radhe Radhe Bolo, Krishna Krishna Bolo. Radhe Radhe Bolo, Krishna Krishna Bolo. Namaste Narasimhaya, Prahlada Lada Dayane, Hiranyakashipu Vakshahai, Shilatam Kana Kalaye, Ito Nishinga Parato Nishinga, Yato Yato Yamitato Nishinga, Yato Yato Yamitato Nishinga, Kahi Nishinga, Hidaye Nishinga. Narashinamadim Saranam Prapade, Narashinamadim Saranam Prapade, Tavakara Kamalapane Nagam Adhuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare. Hey! Tavandara Kamala Pare Naga Adhuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare. Follow! Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare. Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare. Follow! Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jayo Narasingade Jaya Narasingade Jaya Narasingade Jaya Narasingade. Tagore Premanande ki jai Nrsingadev Bhagavan ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Pararajakichasta Tarasatarshi Shishimat His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Shikoho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande. We're going to have a dance performance right now. Our young girls are going to do a Bharatnatyam dance. Next Saturday is our Holy Festival in Marymore Park. Holy Festival in Marymore Park. Next Saturday, beginning at 12 to 5. And next Sunday is Shri Ram Nomi. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram Bhaja Pyare Tu Sita Ram. Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram. Jaya Raghunandana Jaya Siya Ram Janaki Vallabha Sita Ram. Nandana Jaya Siya Ram Janaki Vallabha Sita Ram. Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram Bhaja Pyare Tu Sita Ram. Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram Pyare Tu Sita. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Rajangati Hanuman ki jai. Gaur Premanande. So now we're going to ask everyone in taking darshan, please stand back so all the kids can perform. We're going to withdraw this carpet also.
Hello. Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna. Today, students of From Within Academy will be performing a Bharatanatyam dance for the occasion of Ugadi, Gudi Padwa, and Ram Navami, which is next week. Bharatanatyam is a dance form that originated in South India. In a Bharatanatyam margam or arangetram, there are about 8 to 10 dances, including the Pushpanjali, Alaripu, Jatiswaram, Shabdam, Varnam, Kirtanam or Padam, Tilana, and Mangalam. So today these dancers will be performing the Alaripu. In this invocatory dance, the dancer does simple, pure dance movements, starting with the eyes, neck, head, shoulders, arms, and eventually the whole body. It is meant to represent the blossoming of a flower. The dancers are Sanjana, Jyotsna, Ananya, Sanskriti, Mansi, Pravalika, Shreya, Ashni, and Tanvi. Enjoy.
So tonight we have one little presentation here. We have our different adult classes going on, and we have children's classes going on, learning philosophy, learning uplifting stories, and tonight one of our students has taken an entire set of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we would like to present it to him. Where is Radhika Gopinath and the student? Is Radhika Gopinath here? We want to present the set of Srimad Bhagavatams, 18 volumes. Srimad Bhagavatam is the incarnation of Krishna in Kali Yuga. If you have these 18 books in your home, then Krishna is with you. It's like having the deity of Krishna. Hare Krishna, come. What is your name? Shiva. This is Shiva Prabhu, and we're going to present to you tonight the Srimad Bhagavatam, 18 cantos.
Hare Krishna. So happy Gudi Padwa, happy Ugadi. Today is a very auspicious day, and Shiva, who is a student in our Bhagavad Gita class, is taking Srimad Bhagavatam today. So when Krishna said, when he returned back to his spiritual world, Srimad Bhagavatam arose. Because in Kali Yuga, there is no other way to counter the activities of Kali other than getting Srimad Bhagavatam, which is what Shiva is doing today.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Here is your set of Bhagavatams. Now you are carrying Krishna. If you read this, you will always be inspired to go on the path of Sanatan Dharma. Hare Krishna. Thank you. And also we have a birthday today. This is Anish, and he is 7 years old today. Let's hear a very loud Hari Bol for Anish. 1, 2, 3. Hari Bol. One more time. Hari Bol. And one more time. Hari Bol. Anish, Hare Krishna. Okay, Anish, what do you want to do when you get older?
I still don't know.
You still don't know? Okay, that's an honest answer. We'll accept that. Oh, come here. What is your name?
Devesha.
What?
Devesha.
This is Devesha Prabhu, and he is how old today?
11.
11 years old. So let's have 3 Hari Bols for Devesha. 1, 2, 3. Hari Bol. 1, 2, 3. Hari Bol. 1, 2, 3. Hari Bol. Many more happy birthdays, Devesha and Anish. Hare Krishna. Do we have a cake for them? No. Okay. Well, I have presents for both of you, so we can go in the back here and I'll give you presents. So thank you very much. Next week is the Color Festival, Holi in Marymore Park. And next Sunday is Ram Nomi. So thank you very much. And Hari Bol.